No. Guess you're not either.
Can't. It's the wind. Sounds like cats fighting. What's your excuse?
Studying.
So that's what they call porn now.
Annie, what the fuck?
Not denying it.
I still can't believe what Johnny did today.
Me neither. That boy has issues. What the fuck? The wind is so loud. That does not seem normal, Law.
No wind over here. Just rain.
Lucky you, I need my beauty sleep.
Damn right you do.
What? You mean I look... Shit. I think I have a footstep on a gravel outside.
Get your crazy dad to check it out.
I'm home alone. The fair I'm on holiday, remember? I told you this.
Really? Till when? We should hang out.
They sound like footsteps, but there's something really odd about them. I should look out the window, but my bed is so warm.
Sure you want to look out the window when you're alone? What if there really is someone there in your garden looking up at you?
Not funny, David!
Wow, chill. I'm sure it's nothing.
Gonna check, be right back.
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you gonna call?
David, there's someone in the garden!
What, really?
Yes, I can see him on his back.
What's he doing?
He's looking for something? On his hands and knees in the bushes.
He must be high. Probably looking for his drugs.
David, this is serious. What should I do?
Nothing? He'll probably go away on his own.
Oh my gosh, now he's digging with his bare hands. He's running the garden. Shit, he's turning around.
What does he look like?
David, what the fuck? This isn't funny.
What?
How are you doing that?
What are you talking about, Annie?
I can see you in my garden. How are you writing without touching your phone? Look up, I'm by the window. Can't you tell me hanging on it?
Feck, Annie, now you're scaring me too. I'm definitely not in your garden. That's not me.
Stop playing around. I can see your face. And you're wearing that stupid football jacket you're so proud of.
It must be someone who looks like me. Honestly, Annie, I'm at home. I wouldn't play around with you like that.
It has to be a friend of yours, David. Playing a sick prank. How else could he be wearing a jacket?
There are loads of jackets like that. My friends don't look anything like me. You just have me on your mind.
He's doing it again. Fucking leave me already.
Annie, don't you have a gun in your house?
Don't be stupid, David. I couldn't shoot anyone.
You don't have to use it. Just show that you're carrying.
Doesn't that jacket have your name on the back?
Yeah, the team all got one with their name on it.
I can see your fucking name.
What?
What the fuck is this, David?
Annie, that jacket is in my closet.
Wow, he's serious. Why is he playing like that? He's coming.
Call the cops. Annie. Annie, pick up. Annie, I've called the cops. I told them there's a break-in attempt at your place. They said they're on their way, but it'll take about half an hour. Annie, are you there?
Get to the house. Can't talk. I have to be quiet. Lights off. I'm in the closet with a knife. Hard to type, shaking so much.
Fuck. Hang in there, Annie. The police will be there in 20 minutes. Do you know where he is?
It, not he. Don't look at had when you saw me, David. No person could look like that.
Jesus Christ, does it know where you are?
No, I grabbed a knife when I saw it running toward the house. And I got in the closet when I heard it breaking in.
Okay, good. You'll be fine. A druggie doesn't have the brains to find someone hiding in the closet. The police will be there soon.
Oh God, it's calling out to me. It doesn't sound like you, David. Its voice is so deep. Really in my head.
What is it saying?
Come out, Annie. I just want to look at you. You keep repeating that over and over. Have I gone mad, David? Is this what it feels like?
Just 10 more minutes, Annie. Keep it together. You're so strong, and I know you'll get through this.
I'm coming up the stairs, but it's so slowly. Your ears are stopped. Why does it look like you, David? Thank you.
I don't know, Annie. Please, believe me.
Can you make it stop? Please, make it stop.
I would if I could. I promise you.
It's at the end of the hall. David, I didn't say anything. My parents when they left. I didn't say any of it. Is that the last time I see them?
Annie, don't say that.
This has something to do with you, David. Only you can make it stop. Think fast.
I don't know, Annie. God, please!
Please.
It might be because I think about you so much. I think about you all the time.
So stop.
I don't know how.
It's scraping something on the wall. It's getting closer. Please, David.
I'm trying. I'm trying so hard.
It's falling down. Try harder. It stopped. I can't hear anything.
Really? Don't go out yet. Stay put until the police get there.
What should I tell him if he's gone?
Everything, Annie. Everything you told me.
I didn't know you felt that way about me, David.
I'm so glad it stopped.
Can you come over in the morning, David? I really need to see you.
Of course, Annie. I'll be there.
Great. Can't wait.
Annie? Annie? How do I know this is you? Tick-tock, tick-tock. Time goes by.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Close your eyes.
Now, sister dear, you've made a mess.
What's that you say? It's on my dress.
Your dress was white, and now it's red.
It's not my fault. They bled, they bled.
Well, sister dear, that's half the fun.
And now our night has just begun.
We'll tie their hands.
And so their lips.
We'll poke and slice their fingertips.
Kick out their eyes.
And hear them scream.
Against their throats our knives will gleam.
I hear them crying from the hall.
No one will ever heed their call.
They have no hope, and that's the fun.
Until we kill them, one by one.
But sister, wait, we mustn't rush.
We wouldn't want their veins to gush.
We want to play with them much longer.
We'll keep them fed, to make them stronger.
Feed them bones and hair and nails.
We'll harvest from them all in tails.
We'll save it up and make a stew.
I guess for now they'll make it through.
Now, sister dear, it's worth the wait.
To see the anguish on their face.
To see them gag through sewn-up faces.
To bind them up with ties and laces.
To cut their limbs off one by one.
To hear their screams is so much fun.
To hear them cry for all their friends.
To hear them beg for life to end.
To hear them mumble to themselves.
To keep their organs on the shelves.
To mock them all in their despair.
To rip out pieces of their hair.
To dip their wounds in burning bleach.
To keep their salvation out of reach.
I'll cut their eyelids off and laugh.
I'll give each one acid bath.
Rip off their fingernails and grin.
To stab their eyeballs with a pin.
Cut them up and watch them suffer.
What are we waiting for, dear brother?
We haven't any time to waste.
Now to the cellar with much haste. Oh, look here, brother, this one to bed.
We'll cut her up and save the head.
We'll use her parts for the stew we're making.
We'll use her blood for all our baking.
We'll feed her eyeballs to her friend.
We'll feed her brother bits of skin.
We'll cut it special, just for him.
We'll let him know it's from his sister.
Then we'll ask how much he missed her.
We'll watch him try to force some tears.
And watch him squirm in pain.
He's been down here for many years.
The tears are all in vain.
Alas, dear sister, the time has come.
The sun has set.
It's time to get our harvest done.
It's time to greet, I guess.
I hear them knocking at the door.
I hear the laughs again.
Time to let them in once more.
And let our game begin.
At this point in the anniversary special, I'd like to introduce you to somebody. My good friend, Eat Voltage 92, who's actually already narrated 2 different stories that are going to be in this video. Say hello.
Hi.
She is a very good friend. She's been helping me out a lot, and as a reward for being so patient with me and not being able to upload this on time, I have a very special treat. I'm going to tell you a few of my own stories that nobody has heard yet. Okay. So, the first story is called Strangers in Your Home. One night, you are lying in your bed watching TV when the lights go out. Another outage, you say aloud. Better go get Dad to fix it. Dad? You yell to your father in his chair. No response. Dad, the power went out. Can't you fix that shitty wiring? You say, annoyed. Again, there is no response. Seriously? You think to yourself. You walk down the stairs to your dad's recliner. Hello, come on! You're not that old. Dad! You yell to the figure. After several minutes, the chair slowly begins to turn around, only to reveal a wide-eyed, ear-to-ear grin full of razor-sharp teeth. You slowly start to back away, until you come to another conclusion. Dad, seriously, take off that mask and fix the power. This isn't funny. The figure doesn't move for several minutes, and then his head tilts slightly, his grin never fading, and says, Who's Dad? Dad, seriously, knock it off. Silly child, your father is dead. I killed him about an hour ago. I hung his body up in the closet. This isn't funny. I said stop. Stephen, who are you talking to down there? Says a familiar voice. It's your dad's voice. You breathe a sigh of relief until you remember the man you've been speaking to. You turn to face him, but he's gone. You run to your father's room and throw open the door. Nobody is in the room. At this point, you're in total panic mode. You run to your sister's room and throw the door open. She's asleep, her back facing you. You walk over to her and desperately try to wake her up. Ginny, get up. We have to get out of here. Ginny! It's only then that you hear a voice say, Who's Ginny? You back away from the figure in your sister's bed, and the figure slowly starts to rise from the bed and turns to face you. Right before you see the creature's face, you wake up. Relieved, you realize it was just a nightmare. You get up and go to the kitchen for some water. Just as you reach the stairs, you hear your father call to you from his room. You attempt to turn on the hallway light, but it stays off. Soon, you realize the power has gone out. You walk to your father's room, only to find nothing. You search the room, but find nobody. You then receive a text message from your dad's phone. You forgot to check the closet. Now, you're beginning to become scared. You slowly reach for the closet door and slowly open it. You are greeted with the horrifying sight of your dead father and another text message from your dad's phone. Look behind you. You panic and jump out of the bedroom window. You run as fast as you can down the street, tears streaming down your face. Suddenly you stumble and fall. You see a madman with a knife running at you. The knife is inches from your chest as it flies through the air. And then you wake up, drenched in a puddle of cold sweat. Only now are you truly awake. You turn on your TV and lay back down. And then the power goes out. I walked into the police station with my coffee in hand. Traffic was a mess, and a particularly nasty cab driver had nearly rear-ended me at a stoplight. Other than that, my day was relatively normal up to that point. I sat down at my desk and began to look over some case files. The usual crimes littered my disorganized desk: theft, rape, murder, assault, drugs, and of course kidnappings. Now, I always had a certain hatred for kidnappers, ever since I was a child, so I decided on looking through them first, occasionally spotting clues to help solve some of the crimes. I had nearly looked through all of them when I saw one that was simply labeled with a large question mark. This was odd, to say the least. Why would the bookkeepers label a case with just a question mark? Curious, I opened the file, and there was simply a picture of a little boy, with a caption that simply read, "Missing." That was all there was. There was no details on the boy in the file, and as I looked at the picture, I realized it was me at the age of 6. I was starting to get a little unsettled by it, so I brought it to the bookkeepers. They hadn't seen the file. They all swore that it never passed through them. Frustrated, I brought it to my boss. He hadn't seen it either. I eventually blew it off as a sick joke and returned to my work. The next day, the file was open on my desk. In fact, it was the only file on my desk. This time, it held a picture of my childhood friend Johnny. But this time it simply read, "Find me." Johnny had gone missing from his home one night, and his kidnapper was never identified. But secretly, I know the thing that took him. My memories came flooding back of that night. I had awoken from a nightmare to a sound outside of my window. I sat up and listened. It was the sound of somebody humming. It sounded like somebody was humming a song outside my bedroom window. I would have been scared, but the melody was beautiful. It was almost angelic. Suddenly, I felt the almost uncontrollable urge to find the source of the melody. I found myself slowly walking across the room to my window, and when I arrived, a horrid sight caught my eyes. There, outside my window, was a creature. It was very tall and very thin. Its skin was cracked and peeling. Its limbs were long and spindly, almost like a spider. Its fingers were like claws, sharp, grimy claws. Its eyes were a dark shade of yellow, but in that light, they seemed to glow through the night. When he saw me, he smiled. The skin of his lips made an awful cracking sound when his mouth curled into that dreadful grin. He opened his mouth to speak, and the voice that came forth was terrifying, but at the same time, hypnotizing. "Please let me in, little boy. It's so cold out here, and I'm awfully scared of the dark. Won't you let me in?" "I'm not supposed to talk to strangers." Now, I was 6. This was obviously my first response to the horrid creature. "That's all right. I'll introduce myself. You can call me the Sandman." "And you are?" said the creature, as he gestured his finger towards me. "I'm Max." "Nice to meet you, Max. So, now that we have introductions out of the way, and we know each other, I'm not a stranger. Won't you let me in?" I don't know. I'll go ask my mommy." No, you can't do that." "Why not?" "If your parents know about me, they would hurt me. They would have bad people take me away. Please just let me in." I can't without permission." "Let me in," said the agitated creature. No! Mom!" I called out. The creature slithered away as my mother rushed into the room. I wish that was the only time I saw that thing. 3 more times he came to my window, each time saying, "Please let me in. It's so cold out here, and I'm so scared of the dark. Please let me in." On the last time, he said, "I'm so lonely out here. Maybe Johnny will play with me." Frightened, I quickly ran to my parents and informed them that Johnny might have been in danger of being abducted, but by the time that they checked on Johnny, he was gone. The police questioned me heavily, and each time I gave the same story, and finally they gave up the investigation, and Johnny's case was deemed a cold case and never solved. That file on my desk wasn't his file, and the picture inside was not a picture of him alive. His eyes were popped out, his organs hung out of his mouth. In his hand, he held a small music box. Nobody ever found Johnny's body. Nobody except for him. That thing! I closed the file and left work early, and I went to bed immediately after getting home. I didn't need to remember what would happen next, but about an hour ago, I heard the sound of somebody humming outside of my window. 45 minutes ago, my window broke. 40 minutes ago, I heard it crawl inside and over the broken shards of glass. 30 minutes ago, I heard my floorboard squeaking loudly as it crept towards me. And just about 1 minute ago, I heard it whisper in my ear, "I was so lonely out there, but now I can finally play with you." Mother always told me she didn't want me out walking alone. She's ever so frightened that somebody will kidnap me. She speaks of how crazy people are and of the awful things they'll do to me. She speaks of how they'll stab me, beat me, and kill me. She tells of child molesters and deranged murderers. She tells me how I should fear them and how I should avoid them. She's ever so paranoid that she'll never see me again. She says that there are crazies who will torture me and gut me for fun. I just smile to myself. Silly mother, that's not what they do to me. That's what I do to them, I think to myself. I see a little boy walking alone on my street. Looks like little Jimmy won't be making curfew tonight. He's a bit tied up at the moment, but don't worry. You'll find him not long from now. He'll be waiting for you stuffed in the drainage ditch by your house. Just don't expect him to be very lively. He'll be too choked up for words. Oh, but don't be sad for him. You'll be joining him soon. Oh, very soon. See that man across the street from you? See, that's me. Looks like somebody should have listened to Mother's warning. Oh well. At least I have someone to play with now. For my final story on my anniversary special, I chose a story I hold very close to my heart, one that I wrote myself. It took me many months to think up the perfect wording for this creepypasta, and it's one of my personal favorites, not just because it's mine, but because I can relate to the fear within it. And as we wrap up our special, I end it with a spectacular story called I Always Hated the Light. I always hated the light. Sunlight, light bulbs, lamps, fluorescent lights, flashlights, camera flashes, phone lights, computer lights, etc. I've always hated them. Something about the clear sky lit up by a big old ball of light, and not a single gray cloud to be seen, just angers me. I much rather prefer when the dark clouds cover the sky, giving everything a gray hue. I prefer the dark, whether it be nighttime, cloudy, storming, or any time when the sun doesn't shine. The dark has always been my favorite. It's, in a way for me to be at peace. It provides me solace from the world around me. It calms my mind and soothes my body. And it fascinates me with its mysteriousness. The fact that anything could be hidden in that seemingly endless void is a true amazement to me. When the sun goes down and the stars come out, I feel like I am free to wander and free to do as I please. I guess you could say I'm a nocturnal person. You won't really see me out during the day unless the sun is gone. And even then, you won't recognize me. Nobody does in the day, because I am different at night. More lively, more active. I always do my work in the dark. The light distracts me too much. I just can't seem to focus with all those lights on. Never could figure out why. Another reason I hate the light is because in the light, you are exposed for what you truly are. Nothing is hidden in the light. In the light, there is no mystery, no suspense of what's inside. It's different in the dark, though. See, in the dark, there could be virtually anything. Reality means nothing in the dark. Logic is thrown out. All reason is gone. Vision is not relied upon, and anything is possible. Things thought to be non-existent suddenly become as real as you are. You can't reason or think straight in the dark, but I can. Always have been able to, and always have done so. You fear the dark simply because you just don't know what's hidden in its depths. Your calm mind goes into a panic. You suddenly lose all control and fear settles over you. You become aware of that awful feeling in the pit of your stomach that you're not alone. Your mind starts to create monsters you would never think of in the light. Your grip of reality itself slowly slips away and you freeze with fear. You fear the unknown. And without the light, you're helpless. But not me. No, I love the dark. I thrive on it. While you're sitting there panicking during that power outage that just happened, desperately searching for a flashlight, I'm just smiling to myself. In your panic, you envision a horrible creature. Matted fur sits scattered on its body, red eyes glow in its head, razor-sharp teeth sit patiently awaiting their prey. Filthy claws scrape along the floor, and a deformed face sits smiling in the dark. Like I said, your mind panics and gets rid of all reason. What seemed impossible moments ago is now chilling you to the bone at the thought of it watching you from the dark depths of your room. Finally, after nearly having a panic attack, your power returns and the lights flip back on. You sigh with relief. You are truly alone. You continue playing your game until you get too tired to continue. You fall asleep quickly, but not before turning out the light. You awake in a cold sweat from your nightmare, and you look around. Darkness once again surrounds you, but you're too tired to notice it. You turn the TV on and try to fall asleep, when your eyes catch a glimpse of something. By the light of the television, you see a shadow on your wall. It's hideous, and you once again freeze with fear. The lights go out again. But this time, they don't come back on. Your eyes fall on the thing in your room. My black, matted fur rubs against the side of your bed. I clack my razor-sharp teeth together and scrape my claws on your wall. My red, glowing eyes reveal my disfigured face as my mouth curls into a smile. Well, as we end the anniversary special, I thank all of you that have been here for the past year, and all of you that are here in the future. I'm sorry that I couldn't upload this last week, but as you can see, it took quite a bit of work, and, well, with the recent Walmart thing happening, work's been a little tough on me. And school, of course, but I still had to make the time to make this for y'all. I couldn't leave y'all hanging. And, although she's not here to say goodbye, a huge thanks to Eat Voltage 92 for her work in Annie 96's typing and birthday party by Miss Shadow Lovely. Thank you, everyone, for all of your support. You don't know how much it means to me. And as I end this video, I say thanks for everything. And here's to the years to come. Yours truly, Fear.